Hi everybody, this is Bonnie from Bonnie's Creative Place, and I'm here with you with May's Paper Pumpkin. This paper pumpkin is awesome. That's all I have to say. It seems like every time I get one, they're getting a little better and better and better, and I just love the way I've watched them grow, which is awesome. So, for this one, it had to do with in colors. And then there was an add-on that you could get. And I am not going to do the cards that they recommend in the kit. I am going to show you what came in the kit, what comes in the add-ons, and then I'm going to show you some alternate types of cards. There are so many out there on the web. I think I didn't come up with any of these. I was looking, I thought maybe I did one, but I didn't. I seen other people's and I just wanted to share them with my customers. So I will thank the people that I did get them from. If I wrote down a couple ladies' names, but I don't know if I wrote them all down. Some have duplicated these, so I'm giving you the person's name that I saw it from the first time. So that's how I decided to do it, because there are lots of, you know, casing. We share, so that's what we do. So anyways, in the kit, some of the stuff I have out, you get a copper clay ink pad, and I'm going to use my big one, and then you get some twine. So you get that. Then inside you will get, I threw some of my other stuff that I've been working in here with, you will get, I don't remember if it was 8 or, I've cut a lot of these down. You will get sheets like this that you could fold in half and create a card, or what a lot of people are doing are cutting them half, and then you get 2 cards using supplies that you might have at home or extra stuff that you might have. So this is, you're really getting your bang for your buck in here. These are great, I think, for graduation, anybody that likes to be adventurous and out out in the wilderness. Manly cards, I think these are wonderful for men's cards. So I really recommend that. You get a bunch of die cuts with it. You get your dimensionals. You get everything that you need to put this card together, this kit together. If you're a brand new subscriber, they give you a little block. If you are a recurring subscriber, then you will get what do you call it? You will just get the kit. You won't get the block, because you'll just keep reusing the block over and over. So you also get envelopes for each card. So this will tell me how many cards. There was 3, 6, 9. So there's 9 cards in here if you were to make them exactly the way that they make them in the kit. And the directions are in the kit also on how to put this together. So I am just going to set this aside because I have all my stuff out over here. This could be a lengthy video, just to FYI. And I've got 7 cards. I may split it up into 2 parts. But yeah, let's get started on, oh, I forgot. I wanted to show you. This is what came in the add-on kit. It came like this. These do not have it fully. They're just where you could fold them in half. And I believe you got 18 in the add-on kit. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. And you got 18. So, and these are the envelopes. So you got 18 cards in this kit. So that's a lot. That's a lot of cards to me. So the first one I'm going to show you, I just seen this out there. I had thought about doing this, but I didn't know how I was gonna put him on here until I saw somebody in the kit do it. This is a piece from the kit. This is what the card looks like. I changed it up a little bit. but this is what it looks like. Is that not cool? I'll pause it here so you could take a picture if you want and save it. The base, I took a piece of Very Vanilla, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it in the middle at 4 1/4. I did some of this stuff ahead of time so that you guys wouldn't have to, you know, because these are quite lengthy. Then I took a piece of the copper clay, and this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. So that piece can go on top of here. And then this piece is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So let me see. I think for the 4 it was 3 7/8, and then on the other one it was 5 1/8. So it was 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. So that would go on there. Okay, and then I have a stamped piece here. Let me get rid of this foam. And I took the stamp that we're going to use for this little fox and stuff here. Oh, where did oh, it's sitting up over here. I moved it. I took it from Wildlife Wonders. It's on page 100 in the main catalog, if you would like to go and check it out and maybe purchase this. But I used this fox right down here sitting on a log or a stone. You could turn it into a stone if you wanted to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get that one out, and I use black Momentum ink. Let me get a piece of my padded paper here. Okay, I took the black Memento ink and I just stamped it up. Now I don't want to stamp it too hard, because if you stamp it too hard then you end up getting a lot of black, and I don't want it that black, but I want to make sure that I got all the areas. So when you push it down, you just want to push it down lightly. Let it absorb into the paper. You don't have to apply a ton of pressure. Just tap it, make sure it's on there, and there you go. Now, what I did for the coloring on this was I took SU 500. I took this color, and I took Crumb Cake. That's right, Crumb Cake Light. I took Crumb Cake Light and I colored him in. I just colored, I would want to let this set for a minute to make sure it dries so that nothing bleeds with it. But then I would just color this in very lightly. Whoops, that end must be going dry, so I must use this end. Yeah, so then you just color this in. All the fox, go right over top of all of the black, because that's what gives it character. So you just want to go right over top of it, right over top of this. And then you would do the same thing with this brown. I tried a ton of different colored browns, and this is the one that I seemed to like the best on here for, and it lightens up a little bit, as you could tell on my pre-cut one. And then I just colored this really quickly. Okay, and then that was a fast job coloring. And then when you're done, you're going to fussy cut it out. And one thing that I did after you're done fussy cutting is take a Stampin' Write marker. You can use the blends, but you're taking a chance of it bleeding, and I'll show you in some other cards that I've done. So you really want to take a Stampin' Write blend, and you want to take the brush end, and you want to just go along the edges like this. What this does is it cleans up all the edges from when you cut it out and you have anything white left in it. So that's what you want to do with that one. Then after you cut it out, we're going to put everything together now. Oh, before we're going to stamp on this one before we put it together. I used the stamp set out of that same bundle. It says sending you wishes. Sending birthday wishes. Woo. And I'm just going to stamp it up here into the blue. Just like so. And then we're going to put this whole card together. Oops, I am out of ink. Let me grab my other one. This is the Stamp and Seal Plus, so you don't need to use it like I did that one. You need less. Okay. Here we go. And then we're going to take Stampin' Dimensionals. I've got all these Stampin' Dimensionals that I've had that need to get used up. And I'm just going to set this right here. I mean, that is an awesome birthday card. So there you go. So there's card number 1 of the 7. Now here's another card, and I call it the panel card because it's panels, and that's what I was always known it by. The person that I saw this from was Lori Gifferton, if I'm saying it right. And she did some different panel cards. So this is the panel card that we're going to do. I just took a piece of white paper. This is your base, and it's 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it in the middle at 4 1/4, or you could just fold it in half, give it a good score. Then we've got all these panels that we're going to add them to the backs. See Meadow measurements for these panels. I have it inside one of these cards. I already told you the base. The Mossy Meadows, you need 3 of them, and they are 5 1/4 by 1 5/16. Then you need to pick out one of the scenery cards, and you're gonna pick out, you need 3 panels that are 5 1/8 by 1 3/16. So that's how you're gonna do your picking out, you know, for your measurements for this. The tricky part is lining it all up, but you get it. You just have to take time and do it up. Now you want to make sure, after I put this one on here, that all your pieces are going in the right order. So, yep, this one went here. You could see how it connects in the sun and that. And then this one goes here. You could see how it all connects. So now that we have them in the right order, we're going to bring this piece back in. I gotta get my bone folder. Give it a good crease. Then we're going to lay these down on top, and then keep fiddling with them until you get the right spacing. And sometimes it's not easy. They don't want to move once they get on the paper. I think I did pretty good there. Wow. Then I like to take the middle one and do that one first. You should have some of these pieces, and we're just going to take a piece of this and we're going to wrap it around a few times. I like to put a little piece of adhesive back here. I left a long end because I'm going to make a bow. So I left a long end on one side, and I'm just going to wrap this around a few times. Okay. And then my scissors are over here. I'm going to cut it off. Set it down to kind of hold it a little bit. And then I'm just going to tie a knot and then tie a bow. And then on this one here, I stamped the saying, and I did it in the copper, and I did life is meant for good friends and great adventures. And then I just set this right there, and I popped that up, and then you could fiddle with the bow. Eventually, the more you get it, you could put a glue dot there if you want it to stay where you want it to stay. But yeah, so that is the panel card. So that's how you do that panel card. So now the next card I'm going to show you is also by the same person. So I'm going to show you this one. It's called the Reverse Gatefold card. I haven't done one of these cards in so long that I actually forgot about them. But isn't this beautiful? Isn't that gorgeous? So I really, really like it. It's called the Reverse Gatefold card. Now, I did not score any of this ahead of time because I figured it would be fun to do it with you so you guys could kind of see what I did. So you need a piece that is 8.5 by 5.5, and we are going to score on the 8.5 side. We're going to start at 1 3/4, and we're going to score. Then we're going to go to 2 7/8. That is the tick mark. If you were to go to 3 and go back 2 marks, that would be your 2 7/8. And then we got to go to 5 5/8, which is in between the 1/2 inch mark and the 3/4 inch mark. So your 1/2 inch mark is right here for 5, and this is your 3/4 inch mark. It's the long one that's in the middle of it. So we're going to put it right there, and we're going to score. I need to open up my arm here, and then we're going to open up the arm on this, and we got to go all the way to 6 3/4. So then we go to 6 3/4, and we score. Okay. So there's our piece. And now to fold this, you want to start at there's a bigger section right here in the middle that we have separated. You want to score that one away from you. So you're going to score it away, put your bone folder out, give it a good score. So we're scoring this away from us. Okay. And then this next one, you're going to score towards you. And give it a good bone fold or score. Always want to give it a good score. So it looks like that. Then we're going to go to the other side. We're going to score this one away from us. And then the next one we're going to score towards us. And then it looks like this. Kind of looks like, I don't really know, it should look like that. That kind of a design. Okay, so that when it folds, it'll fit right into a regular A2 card and you can send it to them. So now we're going to decorate this. And you want to make sure all your pieces are in order. And I believe I sat my pieces down here the way I wanted them to go. This was a little tricky because you want normally your vocal point of whatever you want in the front. And I originally wanted to have the tent in the front, but the way the paper cuts out, I couldn't do that. So, unless I wanted to go through 3 or 4 cards to make that happen, and I didn't want to do that. So, this is how I ended up putting it in, and I think it still came out good. So this one is going to go right here on this side. And this card is part of the add-ons. So if you're wondering why, like I said, this is part of the add-on kit. If you didn't get the add-on kit, you can still do this. You just have to create it with something that you have. Or no, this wasn't part of the add-on kit. I take that back. This was part of the kit. But there's wonderful ones in the add-on kit that you can do the same thing to. I'll tell you the measurements to these panels in just a second. And then there's this piece. And yes, the score mark for the card is right here in it, but you don't see it at all because we didn't reinforce it, and you can't even tell that it's there. And I used the new In Color, what was it called? Wild Wheat. I had to think. Still learning. I just love panel cards and different cards like this. And like I said, they've been around for a long time. Now the lady I seen this from, she did different designs. So if you check out Lori's page, you'll see that she did different patterns than I did. So then in the kit, they have this like flag type banner, and I just created a flag on both ends. There was already one on the one end, so I just added one to this side like that, and I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive in the middle, and I'm going to stick this, let's go right about there. That looks about good. And then on this one, cheers to your adventure, and I used the copper clay. And this was a stamp that is in the kit. So, because it comes with, I don't even know, I didn't show you. I don't know if it's going to pick it up, but it come with like a shoe, a compass, a cup, and like 3 or 4 of the different patterns or sayings, and this was one of them. And then again, I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to pop this one up on the card. And using these points and on there. And that's it. You could put a piece of white paper in the back for your signature and stuff. This is great even for a graduation, a boy's graduation, or somebody that has just finished something and now a new adventure is going to start. So the measurements for this, as I already did the scoring, you need 2 panels that are 1.5 by 5.25. Then you need 2 panels that are 1 or 5/16. Now 5/16 is the mark right after the 1. I know it sounds funny, but these are a little over a 1, so I hate to do 16ths and all that, but it's 15/16. I'm sorry, 15/16 by 5.25, and you need 2 panels of that. And let me show you. I don't know if I've showed anybody this. I made these for my customers. I don't even know if it's gonna show up. I use this faithfully, but you could see 15/16 if it's breaking it up, which is right there. And this is the 1-inch mark, so it's not the 7/8 one, it's the 15/16. So that's where you'd have to cut it. I love this little thing. I use it faithfully. I have it sitting over here, and it's my go-to ruler when I have, you know, trouble or whatever. So you need 2 of them, and then you need 1 centerpiece, which is 2.5 by 5.25. So, and then whatever, however you want to embellish it. But that is that card. Okay, so we'll put that off to the side.